So I'm going to be teaching y'all how to tie a parna. This is probably the best and easiest method I've seen across all of social media. So you're going to start by getting your hair and wrapping it up on top of your head like I do so. You can do a braid or you can just let your hair sit on top like I do so. Just be a little careful. Then you're going to grab your base. I got this Velcro patka. This patka saves me so much time and it's just a boom, click, snap, and I'm done. I just put it on. Sits pretty nice. Then you're going to grab a bodge and just kind of tuck your hair in from the back. It kind of makes everything look neater towards the end, you're going to see. Then you're going to grab your parna. Make sure that you start with the correct amount of length. Know the length of your parna. What I mean by making sure you know the length of your parna is making sure you know where it ends. You don't want it to end at the front of your head. You want it to end at the back of your head, and you'll see what I mean. Basically, you're going to go and make a nice goal shape at the front. This shape is going to remain throughout the whole parna, so you got to make sure it looks clean and kind of symmetrical, if you feel what I'm saying. Then you're going to kind of just keep wrapping around your head like I do so here. See all that material at the front? You're going to grab it with your other hand and fluff it up and grab it. Make sure you tuck it in with the lud so it gets tucked in. You don't want that fluff sticking out because it looks kind of gross. There you go. You just wrap it up like that. Now you keep going all around. This next lud is going to be a little tricky. This one you're going to kind of wrap over your parna. You're going to see what I do here. This takes a little bit of time to get right, but once you get it right, it makes your parna look so much nicer. But yeah, you kind of bring it over so it gets nice and flat. If I turn to the back here to show you what I do, but basically you're going to tuck it all in like that with the lud, and then it gets flattened down and looks clean, and the top gets flattened down. After that, you kind of just keep tying it as I do so, you know, making sure each lud is kind of smoothed out. You don't want any rivets and bumps. It's unavoidable, but try to minimize it as much as you can. Keep going around and around. These next luds are going to kind of be on the higher part of your parna, just to make that little V shape, if you get what I'm saying. Keep going around. Make sure you're like stretching. There you go, like how you see I do that. Make sure you're kind of stretching it out like that and getting that nice and flat look. And you're gonna wrap it up and tie it in the back. Tuck it in like I do so. You know, you're gonna find a little spot and just tuck it in. It's not that hard. It looks hard, but it's not that hard. You'll get the hang of it. Just tuck it in at the back. That's what I was talking about, making sure it ends in the back and not the front. That's kind of what I was touching at. Then you're going to get your bodge and just flatten everything down even more just to make it look more flat and smooth. This is one of the most important steps because it really levels up your parna. You're also going to go on ahead and tuck the hairs in the back end because they're sticking out and they're not going to make it look as clean. This is the finished product. Let me know what y'all think. Any questions or concerns, let me know. I'll try my best to answer them.